Hey guys and ghouls, welcome back to the Cozy Ghost. I'm your host October, and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim. We have to get the good ending. We've done both bad endings. Now all we have to do is follow the pirate into the warehouse. You decide to follow them into the warehouse. That way, at least you won't be trapped in a confined space if anyone comes back out to check on the ship. Ooh, you get ready to do some James Bond-ass shit, ducking behind corners and saying, "Cover me!" and maybe executing some sick rolls down the hallway. You can't really do any gymnastics, even when you aren't healing from broken ribs, but fantasy James Bond, you sure can. Connell doesn't bother with any of that. She just stomps down the hallway towards the first door. Damn, she really hadn't been joking when she said she was more into the straightforward approach. You pick up speed to try to get to the door before she does, just to prevent her from charging in and getting you both caught immediately. Good thing, too. Through the window in the door, you see that what looks like some kind of break room. A couple of trolls are messing around on their palm husks, a few more are sitting at the table and playing some kind of game that involves cards, dice, and a lot of little colorful shelves. Oh, come on, there's not even that many. We can take them. Ugh. Forgot you weren't my partner, you're just dead weight. No real argument there. Polypa told you that most pros work together for a reason. It's much harder on your own. You wonder if Connell would have been so hot to take the job if it hadn't been for Skyla's, vibes. Yeah, that's the word, vibes. They were vibing. You have to do this. You have to rally. Connell's already losing faith in you. Or maybe she had no faith in you in the first place? Whatever. You choose a different door at random and go down it, assuring Connell that you definitely know what the fuck you were doing. What? Where are you going? You've been down this road before with Demon, and your meat quest through the sewers. This is possibly slightly higher stakes, but the same basic principle applies. Fake it till you make it. Connell gets annoyed much faster than your other friend if her sub-vocalizations are anything to go by. Damn, you really need to step up your game. You think back on all the heist infiltration movies you've seen. Maybe you can find a locker room or troll laundry room and find one of those SWAT hazmat suits. Yeah, that would be the best plan. Just put on a disguise and wander around like a sneaky fucking... Oh, god damn it. You are so busy focusing on your brilliant plan that you open a door without thinking and find yourself looking at the trolls playing the card game. Somehow, in your random quest through the warehouse, you manage to double back on yourself and come out to the other side of the break room. Classic. This is classic you. You're almost charmed by yourself. Almost. There's a frozen moment when all the bandits just stare at you and Connell, perhaps taking in the truly staggering idiot level you've achieved. Thank fuck! We should have done this from the beginning! You've gotten into quite a few fights since you've arrived on this planet. Well, mostly you've stood around while other people fought. But the point is, Connell, she is brutal. She takes out almost the same number of bandits that you, Skyla, and Lady did in a quarter of the time. Multicolored blood flies. And, god, you know these guys are bad. They've been stealing Luci and selling them, which sucks. But right now, they're just a bunch of kids getting massacred. You don't feel great about it? In fact, you think you might need to sit down for a little bit. Your back hits the wall and you slide down to the dirty floor. You're clammy all over. Pathetic. Connell pulls her gauntlet out of the final troll's neck with a spray of yellow blood and a squelch that makes your stomach roll. She notices you on the ground. What are you? Oh. Are you serious? Come on! You try to tell her that she volunteered you for this mission herself, but you can't slow your breathing enough to get words out. You aren't sure why now is the time you finally freak out. Maybe it's the close quarters, or maybe you've been on Alternia long enough for this multicolored mess to finally start registering as blood. Maybe you've reached your horror saturation point. Whatever, if you've learned anything from this experience, it's that the why of things doesn't actually matter. Connell looms over you, raising a gauntlet. She's gonna kill you. At least if you're dead, you can't puke on yourself. But instead of brutal stabbing, you feel a steady pressure on the back of your neck. Connell pushes your head down until it's between your knees. Take slower breaths, idiot. You follow her instructions, too lightheaded to dwell on the absurdity of being coached through a panic attack by a girl who just murdered like 10 dudes. She's surprisingly good at this. Heh. Dodja freaked out his first bite too. Wasn't even bloody. The little wriggler passed out. I guess some bloodcasts really are better built for violence. She sits down beside you and pats you on the back. You kind of wish she'd taken the bloody gauntlet off first, but you appreciate the gesture. You're having a hard time reconciling this Connell with the one who had snarled at Skyla for being too nice. I'm multifaceted. Also, fuck her, which reminds me. She pulls her phone out of her pocket, smearing a little olive blood across the screen. Korriga, I got your bandits. She talks a lot louder on the phone than she does on real life. Yeah, no shit. Of course I work fast. Especially when I don't have anyone slowing me down with a bunch of tactics and plans. Ugh. Save it for your cosmesis. She hangs up and glares at the phone. You tell her she really seems to hate Skyla. Her face goes a fierce shade of green. Don't be stupid, I barely know her. You don't press the issue. You also don't point out the kind of obvious point that these probably aren't the only trolls in the facility. The one who had been haggling with the adult isn't here, for instance. But if Connell forgetting about them means less murder, you're all about it. There's no way these bandits are gonna continue working after this. Connell also seems to have forgotten about the fact that she came in here looking to be paid and nope, she's looting the bodies. Great. It's a lot messier and takes way longer in real life than it does in video games. In the end, she ends up with 5 palm husks, a laptop, some jewelry, and some little squares of plastic you think might be sci-fi credit cards. Ugh, whatever. There's barely anything here. That fight made it pretty worth it. Well, you're glad it was good for somebody, at least. You're just trying to not think about it, and maybe get outside as fast as possible. Whatever Connell wants to do with your outstanding debt at that point, well, you can square up out there. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not actually gonna squeeze you. It would just be too easy. Like squishing a march bug. Fuck yes, saved by being pitiful. I doubt you have any money anyway. I mean, you are wearing an ablution robe. True. Connell helps you to your feet. You kind of want to ask if you're friends now, even though the only bonding activity you've done together is combined murdering and comforting, with her doing both of those things and you standing there like a dumbass. But really, you've made friends with worse people for worse reasons. Oh, here. Why don't you take one of these? She hands you one of the palm husks. Thankfully, it only has a little bit of blood on it. Actually, it might be mustard, like the actual condiment. But she's giving you a phone. Why? You don't have one, right? I mean, you don't even have pants. This way we can keep in touch. You can tell me if you have any more jobs with an excellent violence level, like this one. Here, let's exchange info. Palm husks are really useful. Use them to call people and everything. You aren't sure if she's making a joke. Possibly she just thinks you're an idiot. That's okay, you can deal with that. Because not only did you make a friend today, you got a gift today. Holy shit, you killed it! I got a phone! Hooray! We did it, guys! We're friends with another person, another troll in Alternia, in the friendship zone. Yes! Whew, that felt good. Whew. Hope you guys are ready for the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like button, subscribe, all the things that you can do to help support this channel. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!